From owners turning their stores into warming centers and to a mystery man handing out $20 bills to shoppers in Houston, Texas when faced with a crisis that has left 24 dead in the state and millions without water and electricity. Tex, Texans have instinctively turned to helping others, which is how it should always be. Everybody should help other people out, even if you think they might need it or not. Helping out somebody is always good. But one such figure is Raymond Garcia of Houston, Texas, who, upon realizing he had no power at home, decided to use his time helping others. He has been visiting people in his local community and helping with tasks such as fixing the burst water pipes. He says, I'm doing my best to try to help the Houston community, he told ABC 13. If I can help anyone else in my close range, I will. I'm getting calls from anywhere, Dallas and all of them. If I could travel out there to help them, I would. Garcia said he was inspired by the teaching of his mother, who died recently from COVID-19. He said, my mom has always taught me if you help and you give to people, God will always bless you, even though there is no God. And he said, you know what? I've been blessed. Yeah, I doubt that. When Garcia's mother's funeral was postponed, he spent Wednesday helping where he could. Houston resident Max Bozeman the second, who was diagnosed with cancer during the pandemic, had knew firsthand the importance of asking for help in difficult times like this. After posting to Instagram saying that he would give out $100 to 10 people who needed the money for groceries, he received a deluge of messages. He ended up handing out 70 gifts of $100 gift cards each day, and said that he prepared to part with as much as 10,000. And we're going through so much as a city, Bozeman told ABC 13, and we've come out of it because tomorrow is always good. Next time when we go through something that we can look back at this moment and say it was hard, but we reserved and we got through, and we got through it so we can get through it again. When electricity outages meant the Foodorama near 18th Street and Ella Boulevard could no longer accept credit and debit card payments, the unidentified man began handing out what they called $20 bills to people waiting in the line. Spencer estimated the man, who did not want to be photographed, handed out a total of $500. In Elgin, Texas, Monica Nava, who's the owner of the Kemen Cafe, had put in a big order just before the storm hit. Rather than see perishable items go to waste, she boxed them up with the shelf stable good into care packages estimated to have a value of $25 each. She gave the packages out to in need members of the community and asked for those who could afford it to pay a donation. And this is record-breaking weather. And if you're from here, you just don't know what to expect. And it made me think that some people were not prepared for this. In San Antonio, one Good Samaritan at the Martini Ranch bar put on a free grill complete with lobster bisque for anyone in need of a meal, and just grilling away out front to provide some people with a free hot plate. He said in the social media post, "Stay safe out there in San Antonio." In Austin, Chelsea Timmons was making her fast food delivery of the day when her car got stuck on a frozen driveway of Nina Richardson and Doug Condon road after sliding on an incline and hitting a bush. And Timmons had planned to return home to Houston after making the delivery, but when she called the AAA, all their tow trucks were busy responding to emergencies. Richardson and Condon instead had offered her their guest room, and on Thursday Timmons had spent 5 nights there because she couldn't get out. And they have not only helped me through the base of the storm, but since I haven't been able to make it back home, they pretty much won't let me go, Timmons said, adding that she could probably spend one more night with the couple as she's planning to return to Houston. In San Antonio, Bonnie Valdez posted to Facebook to say that she had found around $620 put through the door of her store after leaving a stack of around $140 water bottles outside of her store overnight for people to take. And she was like, fucking wow, she wrote. My store made $620 when it was closed. Another Houston hero is Jim Mickenbale, better known locally as Mattress Mac. Mickenbale had opened 2 of his furniture stores to be used as a warming center. He urged extreme caution for those traveling to the showrooms and said that COVID-19 protocols would be followed, including mask wearing, and food would be provided. Anybody who needed it, whether they're homeless, whether they're lost power, whether it's just wanting to come in and get something to eat, anybody wants to come in, we're here for them. This is what Mickenbale had told ABC News, and we have all the responsibility for the well-being of our community to look out for each other. Mickenbale is no stranger to helping others. Back when Hurricane Harvey hit back in 2017, he turned over some of his stores to be used as excavation centers. Texas remains embroiled in the worst winter storm to strike the Lone Star State in decades. While power has been restored in nearly 2 million homes, Texas Governor Greg Abbott had warned residents that we're not out of the woods yet, but temperatures were reported to be well below freezing levels across the state. And while winter storm and food supply chains disruption threaten south central Texas, this is what the Associated Press had reported on Friday.